Kimmy Some Sense coming to you with a new video. So it has been probably, oh gosh, 2 months, I think, since I did my last video. And yeah, my bad for leaving you all hanging on that cliffhanger regarding the last video I did was just a final haul before my no-buy. And in my previous video, I had talked about doing a no-buy for in mid-July for 2 weeks, from like July 15th through the end of July, and then seeing if I was going to continue that on through August 15th. So the start of August through, so that 2 weeks into August. And well, it started off as a no buy, which then turned into a low buy, which then turned into a just straight up buy. Like I don't want to say I went off the rails, because I didn't completely go off the rails, but I also did not stick to my initial plan of not making any additional fragrance or body care based purchases. And part of it was there were some items on my wish list that it did end up going on sale. So Huda Beauty and KLE, they did have a sale, I think, around that 4th of July holiday weekend that I believe was like 10-15% off. They had some markdowns, and so I ended up getting another bottle of the Vanilla 28, which that had been on my list to get a larger bottle just to see again if that was something that I truly wanted to keep wearing, and if I was going to buy it, I was going to get it on sale. I think Bath and Body Works had some sales, or just like, oh, I think I might want to stock up on a couple extra things. And then Victoria's Secret also re-released their Tease candy, which I actually have the bottle here on the side of me. And I had been wanting that for a while. I had been interested in that. That had been on my wish list, and the only place where I could find it was on a lot of the reseller sites for a ridiculous amount of money, like $200 for a bottle. And I was like, at that point, I was never going to get it if they didn't re-release it, which they did. And so I did go ahead and purchase that as well. But in the couple of months of which, you know, life was lifing, in my unintended break of work was busy, my dad had some health issues, and time just went by so fast to where now we're in early fall. And throughout that time, I had been thinking about this follow-up video and kind of realizing, you know, why no buys don't always work, and probably what's a better idea instead. And so if you're truly looking to do a targeted or short-term no buy, you know, there is the whole idea of the SMART goals, which if you're familiar with that, or if you're not, I know sometimes for some of us, based upon what you may do for your day-to-day work or planning or things like that, SMART goals stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And if you are that disciplined person when it comes to doing a no-buy, absolutely go that route, because there are some aspects of it that, you know, when you know your why for doing a no-buy, that makes it easier to stick to. But I am more so moving towards the point of in the same way you wouldn't necessarily go on a diet, because again, if you're saying, well, I'm not going to eat cake for 2 weeks, and then 3 days in, you're finishing off a half dozen of cupcakes, obviously that idea of deprivation is not going to work. And so it's better to say that I might have a cupcake once a week versus saying no more at all. And that's how I feel about, for me, the fragrance and the body care no buy. And so I have some thoughts I jotted down here off screen, but I just want to be able to get those together and share those. And so for me, versus doing a no buy going forward, because again, I can't deprive myself, obviously. It's more so that fragrance, body care, prioritization, almost a budgeting type of lifestyle. And so I just have a few tips that I was going to share that I plan to put in practice. And maybe if you're looking for an alternative to a no buy, because you're like, I tried it, it didn't work, I found something online that I wanted, I couldn't resist, then maybe this will help you as well. And so my first one is to know your why. Do you want it, whatever, body care, fragrance, or any item in general. You know, is it because it's popular, or do you want it? Will it truly add to your current collection, your scent wardrobe, as I like to call it? Um, because that's what I know for some people, they like to have that signature scent. And I personally am not a signature scent person. I like variety because sometimes I'll get bored with certain scents after a while, and that just kind of puts me in a rut. And so I like having different scents that contribute to different moods. So if I have something for when I'm happy, when I'm tired, when I need some energy, when it's super hot outside, when it's super cold outside, I like having fragrances that kind of fit those different moods. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to have an extensive collection. So all I have to say is if there's a scent that you see, think about the notes, read the reviews, read other people's feedback. Of course, at the end of the day, trust your own nose, but don't always feel the need to go out and rush to get it. As I say that, as 2 days after I purchased the latest Silk Santal or Kayali release. Um, but just know your why. If it doesn't fit into your whys, then, you know, maybe consider not getting it. However, don't deprive yourself either, that being the second point. You know, travel sizes, decants, and samples are all available for a lot of these scents. Even for the Middle Eastern scents where you can't necessarily get a travel size, but there are so many decant sites that are out there, especially when we talk about blind buying, which I think throws a lot of us off of a no buy, because if Latafa comes out with a new one, Paris Corner comes out with a new one, and the notes are things that, you know, people can't resist. I would say don't get stuck with a full bottle you're going to hate. Just give it some time. Let it hit the decant market. Try it out. See if you like it. See if it fits your body chemistry. See if you like the longevity of it. And if you do, then, you know, use it up. Wear it. If you need to buy another decant, go ahead and do that too. Otherwise, the travel sizes, that's how I started building my initial collection. And I'm starting to go back to that again versus splurging on a full bottle. If a travel size is available, I'm going to try that first, wear it, see how I like it. Again, see the longevity and go from there, because there are certain scents that I love, but the longevity, again, I get first. Some people may say that for the Kayali ones. But if the longevity isn't what I want it to be, or if I'm fine reapplying it, that's one totally different thing. But if it's something where I wish the scent lasted longer, then I'd rather find out by way of a travel size, like a 10 milliliter, than a full bottle. And again, that's your priority, your prerogative at the end of the day. If you're fine with if the longevity isn't, you know, the best, but you love the scent, hey, go for it. I feel the same way. But just know that, you know what you're getting into before you commit to a full bottle, essentially. And then my third point was going to be, if it is full bottle worthy, add it to your wish list. I know there are so many, I feel like the fragrance community and even makeup, cosmetics, body care, it's just similar to the fast fashion community somewhat, where it's like, get it now, they're cranking them out. You know, if you're going to miss it, you're going to miss it. Like, this is a limited release, you're never going to see it again. And sometimes you need that opportunity to explore and truly make sure that scent is for you and not getting on that bandwagon. I think right now, part of it is with the explosion of the Middle Eastern scents, the cost has gone up, like, I don't want to say exponentially, but it's gone up. It's not versus probably what it was a year ago, 2 years ago, to what it is today because of the demand. I feel like a lot of those scents aren't necessarily going away because they're in such demand. But again, try the samples, try the decants, try the travel size. And if you truly enjoy it and it's something that you don't necessarily need right away, add it to your wish list so that way you can keep an eye out for it when it goes on sale or when it's on the gray market. Like if it's on fragrancenet.com, or if you see a trusted seller on Mercari or a trusted seller on eBay, they may, for everything isn't for everybody, as a saying goes. So for someone who didn't like it, then you can go in and get it a little cheaper at a discount, and vice versa. For if there's anything that you've purchased that you didn't like, you can also go back and resell it again as well, knowing that you may not get exactly what you paid for it, because let's face it, we're all looking for deals. But at least you're able to sell what you didn't enjoy and then buy what someone else didn't enjoy. And probably for my last point, I would say, as it relates to body care specifically, you know, buy items that can be used with multiple fragrances and scent notes. I know I've watched a ton of different YouTubers where they've had this extensive Bath and Body Works collection, or just even body care collection, just items from Walmart and Target. And while I think that I'm not here to judge the extensiveness of anyone's collection, by all means, I don't watch other people's pockets. Don't watch mine. You know, if I'm not asking you for money and you're not asking me for money, I don't watch how anyone spends. But I am aware that there is only so much time, space, and money that I have to keep all these different items. And so what I am moving towards is, and again, versus saying I'm not buying any more of these items, if I do decide to buy them, I'm for sure going to use up what I have and do all my different body care combos and get great use out of them. I would say, again, like I said, for the items that can be used with multiple fragrances and different scent notes, I do have some examples here. So instead of buying one particular body care scent that only fits one fragrance, obviously get the ones that are going to go across the board. So either if you're going to get like a body moisturizer, I mean, there is the Jergens in shower, I think out of post shower moisturizer, that you can use that, and an unscented like CeraVe body cream. Like, I love CeraVe. I probably feel like I could be a spokesperson for them. But it's unscented, and therefore it's not necessarily competing with the scent you may wear, whether that's a floral or kind of a spicy or an oud or a fresh. You know, you've got that basic layer that you can still feel moisturized, but still have that necessary scent that you can have with you. But as some specific examples I have here that I'm also, some collections I'm trying to go through, is the Bath and Body Works pumpkin pecan waffles. I bought this probably a couple seasons ago. And so this is on my to be used pile probably within this month. So I have the matching shower gel, and then I have a travel size of the body mist, which I will probably only, if I can, get, if I do keep buying body mist, which I'm on the fence about that, and I'll probably talk about in a future video. I'm only getting the travel sizes going forward because it takes forever for me to go through it, and I'm tired of spraying after I get out of the shower before I put on my fragrance. Like spraying 3 different times to go through this bottle, that in 15 minutes I won't be able to smell it. But anyway, with that pumpkin pecan waffles combo, you know, I've got right now offhand for some 2 quick combos I put together. I've got the Choco Musk, which is again like a very chocolatey scented, chocolate vanilla scented fragrance. You know, it's a cheapie, but it's a good one that I got off Amazon. You know, obviously let this macerate. It smells amazing after having it for several months, honestly. So I will probably get another bottle of this, spray that out for a bit, let that macerate. So when I run out of this one, the other one's ready to go. And then I also have the Chanceau Vanilla Matrimony. This is again a 10 milliliter, not the cheapest. This is about $50. You know, it's probably about the same as like a Killian travel fragrances, but this is a smaller, I think one man show who owns it. And so, this is a deep, heavy, buttery vanilla. I love it. And so again, these two paired very well together. Well, either individually or you could pair them together as well. But then as another example is, which Bath and Body Works still sells this one, it's Gingham Gorgeous. So Gingham Gorgeous, I could wear this with Bond No. 9's Greenwich Village, or I can pair this with the Viva La Juicy Sucre. They both bring out just different aspects of, when you compare these two together, I mean, it's a very sweet candy, like strawberry type combo. But then when I pair these two together, I think the peach nectar and the peony blooms bring out the notes. I think this has notes of peach and peony and jasmine, and they work together quite well. As another, another example, I've got cotton candy clouds. That pairs great with, if you like the Kale pistachio, yum pistachio gelato, or any of the other pistachio dupes, like I think Caher, Lataffa has one. I think, yeah, these all work quite well together with the cotton candy clouds. Same for clean sparkling sugar, and also Forever Moods, hard to get. And then the other new, I want to say, is it Vacay in a box for Kale? I think it's the Capri one. Also another lemony scented vanilla scent that goes great with cotton candy clouds. Or again, I don't think Bath and Body Works is still actively selling that scent, but if it comes back, or just a similar idea of one body care item, multiple fragrances to bring out all the different notes, to show that you don't have to have a ton of different body care items to achieve a lot of the different scent goals of either by way of doing a combos, enhancing your scent bubble, making the fragrance last. And then one other one I'll share is also with Bath and Body Works, A Beautiful Day. So this one's got notes of apple, cassis, wild daisies, pink peony, and fresh woods. And so if I wanted to really bring out the fruit in this, or this sparkling apple, and even like a bit of a berry, this would pair well with the berry note. I've got the Fleur strawberry letter here. This is also a 10 milliliter. This comes in, I think, just the 1 ounce, but it's like $99. And so I also have the Mimic version, which I purchased at Marshall's for $15, Mimic 74, which again is the dupe for strawberry letter. Pairs great with this. And then also, so again, for that fruity floral, or just more so even, it's not like a candy fruity vibe, but it's not overly floral either. But if I truly wanted to add more to that floral note, this is, then I would also pair A Beautiful Day with Very Irresistible by Givenchy, or Givenchy. And this has notes of, I know, star anise, for sure the cassis, and I'll put the notes up on the screen. But all I have to say is, for your body care, for your fragrances, you don't, as part of having that scent wardrobe and determining whether or not you would do a no buy, I think it's more so a lifestyle versus a no buy. To say, get the most out of what you have, use that up, then decide to buy more. And if you truly are curious, again, and you see the different scents that either other ladies or individuals are sharing on a lot of the scent groups on like Reddit and Facebook or Instagram, start off with the smallest size you can and go up from there. But also realize that, if it's something you're looking to expand upon, you have so many different options. But I am transitioning from the no buy to just, again, conscious buying. And one other thing I would also say is you could set a budget as well. So if you're saying, hey, I'm not buying anything that's over $50. And again, that's where those smaller sizes come into play. And if you don't see anything that you like, that's that $50 within that amount of time that you set, if you kind of go back to those SMART goals, then feel free to carry that $50 over to either, if you're saying $50 a week, every 2 weeks, a month, carry it over and save up to buy something you enjoy. But no, this is such a fun hobby. Fragrances, the body care, mixing and matching, smelling new things is great, but it should not be something that you get a huge amount of FOMO over, or that, you know, you're buying to the point where you need to decide that, you know, I'm not buying anything else, and then you fail miserably. Set yourself up for success, enjoy it. But, you know, just think wisely and plan things out. So all that to say is thanks for watching. If you liked this video, if you have any of your own thoughts below as it relates to a no buy, is that something you would do again? Do you practice no buys? Have you failed at a no buy? Not to say you failed, but did it turn into a buy like mine? Let me know in the comments. And until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.